Gypsy Rose used her co-defendant, and he has autism, a low IQ, and mental health issues. She used it to manipulate him for years to have her mom unalived. I believe she assisted with it, but you guys look at the crime scene photos and you decide that on your own. Nicholas GODEJOHN has never had a documentary. He has never been able to get his story out, and I think it's only right for us to allow him to do so. Please stay around to watch this whole thing. It is my wish, one wish, for you guys to listen to this, take it in, and let's actually do something and help.
I'm lost. I can't believe what happened and just dumbfounded, and I actually don't know how to feel anymore because of it. My mind's been rewired to think differently now. It's hard. Everything's hard. My son, Nick, his side of the story told, and because her side is getting all this attention left and right, and he can get nothing. I believe Gypsy was just using him. She may have had a slight feelings for him, but when she got him in, reeled him in through her plan, then she pretty much started losing interest in him. Until after the deed was done, and then boom, threw him under the bus. I felt compassion because of what her mother did to her, but in retrospect, when she learned all those traits from her mom and turned around and used them on my son and to get out of her situation, all the press and everything that was being focused on this case, it just made me become more of a hermit. I didn't want to leave the house. Afraid somebody's going to notice me and, hey, you're a GODEJOHN or whatever. Is that your son? I didn't want to deal with any questions. This birthday card I received from my son on my last birthday is on your birthday and always wishing you a very happy birthday. It's a happy birthday, Dad. How old are you now? 51? Yeah, that sounds correct. 51. Well, happy 51st birthday. Remember, it's just a number. If you feel you're young, then you are. I wish I could spend your birthdays with you. God willing, maybe I'll still get that chance in another birthday. I know it's hard being this far away. Please be strong. Thank you for being my father, my best friend, and teacher. I'm blessed to have you as a father. It's you who taught me all these noble traits, and I'm grateful for it. I love and miss you wholeheartedly. Until we talk again, your son, truly, Nicholas Paul Godey.
If I had one wish, it would be that he would be able to spend his dad's birthday with him. I know that he wasn't perfect, and he obviously participated in this, and he has taken accountability for that. But for someone that has special needs like he does, the fact that she was able to manipulate him for years and plotted this on the level and the magnitude that she did, I think it's only right for us as a community, as a country, as a people, to make sure he has a fair chance, because he did not have a fair trial. They didn't bring any of the evidence in about her showing him how to do it. There's so many things that weren't brought into court. They did not question the jury pool. There's so many things about this. If you guys do your research, you'll see it. He deserves that. And if we allow this to happen to one person with needs like this, that was collecting disability at the time, this can happen to anyone. And I think we need to put an end to it, and we need to fight for justice for him. I want you guys to watch this, because this is how we can help.
Miley and the NPG Cornerstone Nation have an important request for those true supporters. On Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, the Supreme Court denied his transfer application. Yes, this is a setback that was expected, but it is not the end of the road. Nick has more steps to take on the journey to resentencing. Whether you agree or not, legally speaking, his trial was considered fair by the courts, but it is still an unfair outcome due to his special circumstances. The purpose of his 2022 evidentiary appeal hearing was to set aside his 2018 conviction based on poor representation and enter evidence that was left out of his original trial. With mostly new evidence, new expert testimony, and new witnesses, Judge Jones denied his motion to vacate, set aside, or correct judgment and sentence. Keep in mind that what was unjust at his original trial was the sentence. Even though life without parole is the default sentence for first degree in Missouri, he should have been found guilty of only second degree. Nicholas did not meet the requirements for first degree due to the grounds of his diminished capacity having autism and Asperger's. It is unconstitutional for someone with developmental disabilities to be sentenced to the default. It feels like cruel and unusual punishment. The special question for the judicial system is, to what degree can someone with these ailments deliberate? Dr. Wasserman testified that Nick's way of thinking at the time of the incident was to please his then-girlfriend. It caused too much pressure, and he likely panicked and snapped. He would have just been focused on the task at hand. Nick stated in his interrogation the guilt and remorse he felt and still feels to this day. He had no reason to cause harm for the fact that it was her mother, and he was manipulated for over a year into carrying out her wishes. From what we are told, the U.S. Supreme Court only takes on approximately 80 cases a year from around the entire country regarding all types of law. Because this isn't a national issue, other states have also been confronted based on the law of what is deliberation. It will most likely be left up to the state of Missouri to come to its conclusions and define deliberation based on its state laws. As you may be aware, Nick has now reached the federal level for his appeals. We are in the process of filing a 2254 habeas corpus petition in Missouri on his behalf. This petition allows individuals in custody to challenge the legality of their detention in an effort to have their conviction or sentence overturned or modified. Which brings us to our request. If you truly want to help Nick, there is a way. We are requesting letters to the governor pleading to use the commutation power of clemency on Nicholas. What is clemency power? Clemency is an umbrella term that refers to several mechanisms that allow for the remittance of consequences of a committed crime. Virtually every state constitution authorizes the governor or a board of pardons to grant clemency, although terminology, procedure, and structure may vary greatly from state to state. The power of commutation shortens an individual's sentence. If a commutation shortens an individual's sentence to time served, it results in that individual's release. If you are willing to help, there are specific guidelines to follow when writing such a letter. The first thing to keep in mind when writing a clemency letter is to remember your audience. You are not writing to a friend or family member. Rather, you are writing to the chief executive of the state government. As such, your writing should have the same deference that you would use if you had the opportunity to speak to the highest-ranking public official in person. You would not be informal, casual, or long-winded with a governor. Keep the main aim of the letter in mind as you write it. Explain carefully why you feel Nick should be granted mercy. Maintain a positive approach throughout. Focus on facts rather than emotions, meaning this is not the letter to express your personal feelings about his ex-co-defendant, or your personal opinions about thinking his original trial not being fair. This is only about Nick and his unjust sentence. Use straightforward, clear sentence construction. Give as many genuine, important reasons you can think of why Nicholas deserves to have his sentence commuted. And most important, keep it short, 300 words or less. Note, the sender must identify yourself in case the clemency office wants to contact you to verify its legitimacy. Letters will be welcomed from all around the world, not just for the state of Missouri. As an example, here is the letter we sent. Be sure to use your own words when writing yours.
Dear Governor, my community is deeply concerned about the inhumanity of the sentencing of Nicholas Paul Godejohn. Even though life without parole is the default sentence for first-degree murder, we believe there are special circumstances surrounding this case due to his Asperger's and autism disabilities that were ignored. We feel that as the governor, you should use your clemency power of commutation for Nicholas Godejohn. We beseech you to consider what his co-defendant received for the same crime. She was sentenced to 10 years with the possibility of parole, but she has only served 8 of those years. As the public, we compassionately feel she is more culpable for being more intelligent, for manipulating him to commit the crime on her behalf. The main fact is that it was her mother, and he had no other reason to inflict harm, let alone cause it, if it had not been a result of her consistent abuse claims and manipulation grooming for over a year until he agreed. Despite that, in the eyes of the law, his trial was weighed fair. However, the outcome was unjust, considering the special circumstances of his mental capacity and disabilities. Your commitment to justice, fairness, and compassion is what we expect from you as an elected representative. Given the worldwide attention and the global support he and his case have received, this decision would be unprecedented due to the special circumstances, as well as a groundbreaking global significance. Please assist in addressing what appears to be a miscarriage of justice in the final sentencing of Nicholas Paul Godejohn's case. Thank you for your time and consideration. Mr. Godejohn deserves a more fair outcome, and we look forward to hearing about the actions taken.
Send it to Tyler Coyle, Area 67, regarding N. Godejohn, Missouri State Public Defender, 1000 West Nifong Boulevard, Building 7, Suite 100, Columbia, Missouri 65203. Please have it postmarked by October 1st, 2024. Note, the reason you would not send it directly to the governor's office is the fact that there is no clemency application currently pending for Nicholas to have it connected with. So if you sent one in the past, it was most likely tossed out, for it had nothing with reference. This is why we are having them all collected where they will be filed, along with his application at the same time. FYI, we are not having you address the letter directly to Governor Parson for the reason that he is no longer eligible to run again, setting the stage for a new governor in 2025. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on any platform. Regardless of who you believe, follow, or trust, we would be happy to assist. Together and only together we can make a difference. As always, thank you for watching, listening, and helping Nick. With unity and true appreciation, Mr. Smiley and the NPG Cornerstone Nation.
We are the ones that can make a difference, and we need to. Like, we have to do this. We can't let the justice system railroad him, because he won't be the only one. So I urge you guys to really help. The information is here. NPG on YouTube. You can go over to the YouTube channel and watch this video as well. But let's be the difference. Let's make a difference. Let's change the outcome of this, because Gypsy is doing to Ryan and everybody else the same thing she's done to him, but he didn't have the capacity to understand. I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye for now.